right now. Looks like it's just some old dog track. There are a lot of cars here. Not a lot of nice cars too. Table. It's shallow. It's 2 to 500. There's a few big stacks there, and there are 9 2-5 tables going on right now. 9 2-5 tables at 2 p.m. on a Monday. We got dogs to bet on. We got it all here. Pretty sweet. We've also got a 5-10 PLO and a 5-10 Hold'em running. I'm gonna wait a little bit, but probably keep an eye on those tables and see if I want to go sit there. But we're gonna go sit 2-5 and see if we can get some hands for you guys. So in this hand, we looked down at King of Clubs, King of Diamonds, and we're under the gun, and there was the button straddled, big blind limps. We raised at 35, middle position calls, button folds, and big blind comes along. The flop comes out 9-6-5 with 2 spades. Decent flop, but what happens here is the big blind actually elects to lead for 65. And, I mean, we're at least calling one street here. Don't really see the point in raising. I don't think we're getting better to fold and worse to call. Turn is a 4 of hearts, decent card for us. But obviously better than a 7 or an 8 or a spade. But now 9-7, 6-7, 7-5 are up and down. Big blind continues for 80 and we call. River comes to 2 of clubs, which I just think is a super safe call. And I have a little bit of history with big blind here, and I just think he'll continue ace-9, pocket 10s, pocket jacks, pocket queens, all those hands on something like this. Maybe even 10-9, 9-8. He fires 180, and the way we play the hand, I think we just have to call 100% of the time. We've seen him fire 3 streets before there.
Oh, nice.
We call, and unfortunately he rivered the straight. I didn't think he had many 3s in his range, so
Nice.
thought that 2 was a safe card, but it's live poker. What can you do? So in this hand, under the gun limps. We look down at ace-queen offsuit, under the gun +1, and we raise to 25. We get 5 callers, so we're going 6 ways to the flop. And the flop comes out queen, 9, 6, rainbow. We elect to check. The very next person, middle position, bets 60, and 2 people call. So on this type of board, there's so many gutters, straight draws, and 1 pair of hands. We elect to check and let someone else fire out. When one guy makes it 60 and 2 guys call, we're not worried about the other 2 callers because all the straight draws out there's probably not any 2 pair or sets in their range. So we elect to go all in because the biggest stack has about 220 behind of the 3 guys who called 60. We get snapped off by the initial better, which we don't love. The run out is awful. It comes 8-10. So now we are beating king queen, and we're chopping with ace queen, and he rolls over king queen of spades. So good run out. We held. He turned a ton of equity. But nice little pot.
So this is our kind of the big hand from the Fort Myers Naples Dog Track. Unfortunately, I did not get it recorded, but we're just going to kind of talk about it. See what you guys think. It's an interesting hand, mainly because it's in a limp pot against probably one of the tightest players I've seen. So there's a weird bet, but we'll talk about it. All right, so we're in the cutoff, and we look down at 5-3 of spades. We decide just to limp. We just call for 5. Button calls, and we go 5 ways to a flop of queen 6 deuce with 1 spade. So we flop a gutter and a backdoor flush draw. Checks to us, and we lead for 20. The button calls and under the gun calls. Under the gun limped 5, and he's very, very tight. So he's got a hand almost all the time. I would range him already at ace queen minimum. Pocket queens, pocket sixes, king queen, things like that. There's now $85 in the pot. Turn is gin. We turn a 4, and it completes the rainbow. So there's no flush draws, no straight draw. I mean, there's no flush draws, only 1 straight on the board. Queen 6-4, deuce, rainbow, and we have 3-5 of spades. We lead for 35 after under the gun checks again, and button calls 35, and under the gun min raises to 70. It's really weird. The min raise just screams strength. Now I don't think he has ace queen or king queen. I think he has pocket sixes or pocket queens. He knows I can't have pocket queens limping in the cutoff. But that's about it. So if he has pocket sixes or pocket queens, he's probably wanting to get it in with me since I led flop. For some reason, tight players don't pick up that I would lead a gut shot straight draw on that flop into 5 players. So I think he's super strong. He's got 550 behind. I don't want the board to pair, so I guess I could play meek and raise river if the board doesn't pair, since I effectively have him on that. But I also don't want a 3 or 5 to come off and potentially kill my action. So I kind of make a donk play, and I jam. My thought behind this was that he had seen me jam ace queen into a 6-way pot on a queen high board not too long ago. It was a lot different. I mean, the effective stacks were much smaller, but I think he could also put me on that or pocket deuces, or maybe like 6-4, some weird 2 pair. So with my previous action at the table and what I had him ranged at, I just don't think he can fold, and we're gonna let him have the 20% chance of boating up on the river, essentially. I think raising the river would look weirder or stronger after calling a min raise on the turn, and maybe you could get away from it. Definitely be able to get away from it if potentially a 3 or 5 comes. So we jam turn. It's probably not the best play, but just the way I'd been at the table, my action previous to the table, I just went exploitive. He takes 20 seconds to call, so I think he had pocket sixes. Don't know. River was a 5. So 4 cards are straight. Could have killed our action. But he calls me and I said, I have a straight. And he kind of doesn't believe it. He goes, you have a straight? So I guess he thought I had ace queen or something that I've already shown. So we have a good river. He doesn't boat up, and we scoop a big pot.
So just leaving the Naples / Fort Myers Dog Track. It's kind of in between. It's actually a place called Bonita Beach. We played 2-5 for about 7 hours. Had dinner, and we were able to come up a smooth $1,620. So a nice big win of the vlog, I should say. First big win of the vlog, and we are still 4 for 4, putting up W's on the vlog. So we are now leaving, and we're heading south. We're going to drive across the state here over to the East Coast to try to get south of Miami over there. Get set up over there at a Walmart parking lot, crash for a night, and then try to get going early tomorrow morning and hopefully get down to the Keys. Not really sure where we're going, but get down there before it gets too late. You know, maybe get a little cruising going on, a little boozing, a little fun in the sun, a little adventuring on the vlog. You know, we've been grinding hard. We've probably almost put in 40 hours since Thursday. Today's Monday, so I think we earned a little bit of play. So we're going to hit it here and hopefully get in before midnight, get some sleep.